Hello, everybody. Chris here with Platinum Distributing. My guest today is Molly Meeker of Meeker Winery of Sonoma. She's kind enough to spend a few minutes and make this little video and share a little information about what Meeker is and who Meeker is and all that kind of good stuff. So, welcome, Molly.
Thank you. We bought our first property in Sonoma County in 1977, and we've been making wine commercially since 1984. My husband and I came out of the entertainment business, and we're very happy to get out of Los Angeles and into Sonoma County. So we've been in Nebraska for 4 or 5 years, being distributed by Platinum, and I have visited here once or twice before and have enjoyed it very much every time.
Fantastic. So, what is Meeker known for? What would most people know Meeker for?
I think our flagship wine is the handprint Merlot for somewhat obvious reasons.
Right.
It is hand printed by the winemakers, which is why it says winemaker handprint Merlot, in artist acrylic paint, and each bottle is individually done, so no two are exactly alike. But it's not just a pretty face. This is a huge, round, luscious Merlot, and is every bit deserving of the packaging. A lot of people think that the most expensive, the most wonderful wine in the world is a Cabernet Sauvignon, but Chateau Petrus, which is of Bordeaux, is actually the most expensive wine in the world, and it's over 90% Merlot. So I'm not claiming that we're in that neighborhood, but we do take a serious shot at it every year, and I think we do very well. Second, I think, in terms of national distribution, would be Frozen, which is our dessert wine. It's made like an ice wine. It's 100% Zinfandel, and it tastes like fresh raspberries, and it's completely awesome. So I think these are the two that are the most prevalent across the country. We have several other big red wines. This is my personal favorite called Barbarian. It's my mission in life to get this wine into every steakhouse in the United States of America, because there is life after Cab and a slab.
That's true.
This is a pre-fermentation blend of Zinfandel and Barbera with a little bit of Petit Syrah and Syrah, and it is awesome with food that caramelizes all day, like lamb shanks or osso buco or short ribs. But in the summertime with wonderful steak off the grill, this wine just rocks it. It's wonderful. And we have a sense of humor here. As you can tell, we follow the advertising maxim that says, keep your image the same across the board. You will note that we really stick with that one. But one of my favorite, more recent labels, the first time we did this was 2008, is Fossil. And my son designs our labels. And this is the most recent one he has done. And he dug it because he got to put a Tyrannosaurus Rex on a wine label. And, you know, who wouldn't love doing that? But it is a fossil of old-time French winemaking when they broke the appellation laws and sneaked Rhone wine into Bordeaux to fruit up the clarets. Mm-hmm. And the Brits liked the clarets that had the Hermitage grapes in them. And so we've recreated that by making this 50% Cabernet Sauvignon, 25% Merlot, and 25% Syrah. And so it's a fossil of old-time winemaking, and that's by the label. So
Fantastic.
That's pretty much our little lineup here.
Very good. So tell us about where you're located in Sonoma.
Well, funny you should ask. We're moving our winery this week. Our tasting room is in Geyserville, which is a wonderful town established in 1852, about 6 miles north of Healdsburg. Up until Monday, our winery facility was in Santa Rosa. Our first winery was in Dry Creek Valley, the one that we built in 1984. We sold that property, bought a new one, but we haven't built a new winery yet. So we are now leasing a winery facility in downtown Healdsburg. And we are just this week moving our 10,000-gallon steel tanks and approximately 1,500 barrels of wine got moved. And as of next Monday, we're in Healdsburg.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So you talked a little bit about the style of these guys on the end here. How would you describe your style of the
big reds across the board? Okay. We do not allow oak to overshine the fruit. It is a component of winemaking, but it is not the focus. We believe strongly that when you open a bottle of wine, the first thing that you should enjoy is the fruit, and that the oak should come along as a friend, but not overpower. I think we're also My son is now co-winemaker with my husband, and his palate has steered us more toward old school winemaking. We tend to have a much more food-friendly acidic finish than the big high pH, what we call flabby wines, that have, they're very approachable while young, but they're not going to age very well. There's not much structure. A lot of times they're very high in alcohol, high pH, and sometimes have a goodly amount of residual sugar, which we do not appreciate except for dessert. But yeah, so we're kind of going more old world in our style as our son's palate is kind of taking the lead in the blending and winemaking.
So these guys are relatively recent, or at least the fossil is relatively recent.
I think the first year we did Barbarian was 1999, Handprint Merlot was 1991, Frozen was also, I think was 99, was the first vintage.
So what, outside of the move, obviously, which is happening right now, is there anything that you see in the future for Meeker?
New wines. Well, we've just released last year, and I think we may be bringing it into Nebraska as well, a new Chardonnay from Dry Creek Valley that is barrel fermented, but not in new oak. So it's barrel fermented in neutral oak. So we get all of the benefits of being able to stir the wine in a small container sur lie for 8 months without having it leach out so much oak that, once again, all you're getting is wood and not fruit. So we have the benefit of the sur lie, which creates a very lovely creamy finish, but it starts with really bright fruit because it hasn't been shadowed by oak. I refer to it as a dreamsicle. You get the orange sherbet of the fruit on the outside and then a finish with a creamy vanilla. So it's lovely.
That sounds delicious.
It is.
Well, we'll post the website on the video, and we'll show people how to get in contact with you.
Absolutely.
And we certainly recommend coming out to visit.
Thank you. I would love for everyone to come.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So the next time we do a video with Molly, it will be in California and not in Nebraska. Well, thanks for checking out the video, and look for Meeker's wines all around Omaha and Lincoln and some of the surrounding towns. Many of you probably have seen the handprint, of course, but mark my words, you'll see more of the Barbarian and the Fossil for sure. So, Molly, thank you for coming by.
I had fun.
Yeah, we'll talk to you soon.